Going to war in the Middle East was intended to project absolute military dominance. It was also a signal directed much further east. The strategy was to show Beijing that America controls the global flow of oil and could easily strand China's economy. But a month into the fighting, diplomats and officials in Beijing are watching this conflict with quiet relief. Their logic traces back to a maxim famously attributed to Napoleon: never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. China views America's aggressive military display as a superpower frantically lashing out because its global purpose and restraint are ebbing away. What Washington considers a display of supremacy, Beijing actively welcomes as a self-inflicted wound, one that will drain American resources and accelerate a shift of global power toward East Asia. Every year America spends fighting fires in the Middle East is another year it pulls resources, troops, and strategic attention away from East Asia. Meanwhile, America's allies in the region are forced to pay the price. Hot-headed foreign policy spikes the cost of energy and raw materials, making Asian nations increasingly wary of relying on Washington. This global friction serves a highly useful domestic purpose for President Xi Jinping. It provides immediate validation for prioritizing national security and deep self-reliance over raw economic growth. While America bleeds capital abroad, China is constructing an economic fortress at home. Defense is only one priority. China is also aggressively building its own choke points against the United States, threatening to restrict the export of rare earths, vital minerals required for electronics and green tech. As other nations grow terrified of a sudden oil embargo in the Strait of Hormuz, Beijing is rapidly expanding its massive production capacity in solar, wind, and batteries to sell them an alternative. They are moving to dominate the critical markets of the coming decades, pouring capital into foundational technologies like quantum computing and advanced robotics. A distracted America is also an easier target at the negotiating table. Beijing plans to use Washington's weakened position to secure favorable trade terms and perhaps force a shift away from the historical ambiguity regarding Taiwan's independence. Compared to an unpredictable America, Beijing is positioning its brand of cynical self-interest as a dependable alternative. Yet behind closed doors, Chinese experts are deeply anxious. They are actively watching how American armed forces use artificial intelligence to coordinate complex, unpredictable operations. Witnessing that level of high-tech integration makes an actual military push into Taiwan incredibly daunting. For now, it strongly suppresses any immediate appetite to cross the strait. This exposes a flaw in their geopolitical calculus. Chinese thinkers are extremely reluctant to imagine a scenario where America stops maintaining global stability. Beijing's export-fueled growth relies completely on the international rules and open shipping lanes that America labors to sustain. If an exhausted America rips up the world order and global anarchy follows, those supply lines shatter. China's economic lifeline would be severed almost overnight. Faced with massive political and technological changes in the past, America has consistently demonstrated an ability to reinvent itself. By contrast, China's leadership is aging, cautious, and bound by strict party ideology. Beijing assumes America will slowly choke on its own chaos, but they are forgetting a crucial detail. If America abandons its post as the global policeman, China itself may not survive the resulting disorder.